Now in this lecture we will gonna be working on OnDrop event. So let's just start it. For now, as you can see, we have done the effect drag leave and drag over, and now we're gonna work on the main function which will handle all the process, each and everything, and we're gonna do it in this lecture. So I have brought the Google Chrome inspection so we can look into the console as well as the process that we will work on. So let's just start it. We have to write the OnDrop section now. We will gonna target the same div, dropSec OnDrop this time is equals to function, and this time we will gonna capture the event because we will gonna process the data, so we need the event handler to capture the record which we will gonna drop there. So for now we will just gonna say event dot prevent default. What it will do, let me show you. If I pull a file over, oh wait, it shouldn't do that. Let me check what's the deal. Yes, actually we didn't put the return false in the above handlers, so now it should work. If I refresh it, come here, you see it's mean that it won't gonna let the browser do what the default process browser have. When we drop the file, you saw that the page got refreshed and browser went to the page with the single image. So we do not want to do that. So for that we use prevent default, and now we have to do the simple thing. We have to console.log e to see what's the result we get. And one more thing, when the user have dropped the file, we will have to remove that style which we styled in the last lecture. So what we have to do, we have to remove class drag over for both on drag leave and on drop. So let me just refresh again and come here, pull the file. You see now it's gone. Okay, so pretty much good. And now as you can see here, we got the event. We captured the event here. It says drag event. Yeah, we are on the right way. So what we will gonna capture in here, data transfer. We will gonna get the data transfer, and in data transfer, as you can see, we have object, or we can say array files. But let me just get the data transfer and then files so you can pretty much see it. For that, for capturing data transfer and the other files, we have to say event dot data transfer dot, what was that, files. I guess we are right, data transfer dot files. Let me check it now. Refresh. This time we're gonna drag two files over. Okay, you see two files, it's saying 0 and 1, so we got two here, 0 file, array 0 and array 1. We have a length of two files. Yeah, that's the thing, we have got the files. Now we have to do the other things. Now as you can see, we just got the files. So now what we have to do, we have to style the process pretty much. So for that, we're gonna say when the user whenever the user dropped the file, the cancellation button. And what was the class we used for that? .cnbt, and I guess that's the right. And we will gonna say property of that file, that button, and property name is disabled. What happened with that? Make it false. So whenever a person drop a file or anything on drop section div, the cancellation button will got active, will enable, because we will gonna disable it after the process will done, and we will do it in the later video. So whenever someone drop, the process will start, and we need the cancellation button to get enabled so the person can click cancellation. And we also have to say .cn btn. I can do on the same line, but just doing in the next line to make more clear to you. And this time we will gonna say remove class disable. Okay, we haven't created that class yet. We will gonna do in a later video. What this class will do, it will just change the background to gray so it look disabled. We won't do anything else in this class. So when it will enable, we have to remove this class so person can see the red color. Okay, the next thing we have to do, we have to work on this button. As you can see, this is the cancellation button. Now we have to work on that. We will gonna use this button to upload the image rather than drag and drop. So when someone drop a file, so we have to disable this button and enable this button. When the process will done, we will gonna enable that button and disable that button. So for that, let me just write code again. We will gonna capture the uploading button, and we will say it's an ID button sac, and we will gonna say a property name is disable it get true. Remember, I told you when someone drop, so we do not let any user to reselect while process is going on. So, and we also have to, we can directly copy this because we will gonna use the same class disable for throughout the whole project. Add class. We will quickly gonna style this class. Come here, and we will gonna say disable, change the background color, and we will gonna say the background color for that would be A8 A8 A8. That's it. And we will gonna make it important so it will override all the existed one. That's so far we done here. And now what we have to do, we have to capture that console data into a variable so we can transfer it to the function that we will gonna create in next lecture to process all the HTTP request and send the data to PHP. So we will gonna say files is equals to this. So yep, that's the pretty much thing here. Let me go over here, refresh it, and drop the files one more time. Cool, we got this, and you can see it just got disabled. We should disable this rather than that. Oh, wait a second, I made a mistake here. Okay, I accidentally put the class of cancellation button rather than btn sac. It's bearable that we can do this kind of a mistake in the project. Now let me do the same thing again. You see, now it is disabled. Okay, that is completely cool here. And we will gonna do one thing here as well. Right now, as you can see that, let me refresh it. When we click on this button, it's do not bring the pop-up. Let me do some coding here as well so we can bring that on. Okay, for that what we're gonna do, we will gonna come up here on top and we will gonna say $#btn.sec when that click function, and we will gonna say btn data, the name of the file element dot ck click. Okay, let me show you what I did. As you see, btn dash data, if you come here you might remember this file btn data. So what we are doing, when the person click on this button which we show here and we hide this one, so it will pop up, it will click is and the pop-up will show up. Let me show you the demonstration again. Let me refresh. Now you can see. Cool. So we also have done this. We will gonna come in next lecture and we will gonna process all the HTTP requests as well as we will set the data. So for now, bye bye, take care.